Hello world, my name is Dana ID Matthews and welcome to my show about stuff, and today I'm going to be talking about the Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov fight. I'm gonna make this short because there are a lot of opinions flying out there, so I really don't feel like this is something that I really need to put my input into, but it's on my mind, it's everywhere in social media, so I figure I'd talk about it. First and foremost, I want to talk about the actual fight itself. It was extremely one-sided. The most impressive thing for me was that Khabib was able to fight equally, if not better than Conor McGregor in the stand-up game, which was supposed to be Conor McGregor's bread and butter. And you think that after the Mayweather fight, he might have even been more experienced in that regard. However, it didn't really seem to help him out much. And on the ground, it was that was completely one-sided, and most people assumed it would be if Nurmagomedov was able to get McGregor on the ground, which he was able to multiple times. I do believe that Khabib knocked McGregor down in one of the rounds with a I believe it was a good right hand, and just dropped him, which I'm sure was the beginning of the end. But McGregor just looked like a fraction of himself. He seemed just a tad less sharp, just a little slower. Confidence still seemed there. He still looked very calm in there, even when he was in danger. He had a very calm demeanor about him in the ring, which is always super helpful for any fighter. But Nurmagomedov was just the clearly better man. It was completely one-sided. There was no doubt, who was winning the fight up until the submission, and. Yeah, and then now to talk about what everybody's talking about, and that's as soon as the fight's over, Khabib starts talking shit, real quick to McGregor, and then motions to turns and towards to the other side of the octagon to one of McGregor's teammates, and starts running at him. And after that, I'm hearing a bunch of stories. I'm hearing Khabib got hit first, and then after he jumped over the fence, and then that's what caused the retaliation on his side, and then everything went crazy after that. And there's a video I watched of a McGregor fan getting knocked out cold, and I think that's sad. It's sad to see the fight spill out into the audience crowd, because they're not professional fighters. You know what I mean? Not everybody is out there with professional martial arts or self-defense belts and degrees out there. So when it spills out like that, people that are not even trying to fight may get caught in a fray, and that's sad to see. Now, I do want to say that at the end of the day, unsportsmanlike conduct is to be had by both. However, I'm sure all of you watched the lead up. The things that Conor McGregor said, the things that he did, throwing a dolly at a bus, talking about his family, religion, race, all those things, the media had nothing, no repercussions, nothing to say for it. All of that was supposed to be in good sport of building the fight, and through all of these things, Nurmagomedov's demeanor is trying to be, he's trying to be as calm and sportsmanlike as possible. So I am not surprised at all by his reaction after the end of the fight, with all that adrenaline going on, and realistically, I smell mad hypocrisy. You can't have one fighter doing all these negative things with no repercussions, and then the other fighter does one thing, which is, to be honest, quite reasonable when you put everything into perspective. And I believe his purse was withheld. He might be getting stripped. I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll talk about it more, and people will hear more things about it. But there are articles coming out saying they're saying that there's a big racial hypocrisy. And I'm not gonna say that it's not true, because they show it. They make it clear as day. I would like to see equal punishment done to both, if that's the case. You know what I mean? I would like to see repercussions for the things that McGregor has said and done, and then repercussions for what Khabib has done, and then ban them for however long. I wouldn't say for life, definitely not, because they're both top tier fighters, and what they did is in retaliation, I believe, to each other, and they themselves didn't attack any fans or anything. But I think Khabib went after another fighter, McGregor's partner, but or teammate. But I would like to see them both get punishment, and at the end of the day, because it's true what they say, and this isn't how combat sports is not how you're supposed to act. I understand entertainment, I love it. I understand trash talk, I love it. But there is a line. There is definitely a line, and both men crossed it. So that's my point on it, though. It was I actually I enjoyed the fight. I like to watch for the small things. I like to see the feints. I like to see the different times I see when a guy tries to hide being hurt, or I like to see I like to read the small things in the match that most people aren't looking for. That's what entertains me when I'm watching a fight. The technical actual fighting technique, and then the small emotional things that most people don't look out for. And in that case, I actually really enjoyed the fight. And I think Conor's now talking about a rematch. Hey, I'd love to see it. There's bad blood. The build up the second time might be even more, crazy. But I think that there is definitely a line that they should both think about not crossing. Conor more, but he does get more leniency. He's got more leniency over everybody in the UFC. So if people can't see the bias and hypocrisy, well then they must be biased and hypocrites themselves, and there's just no other way to put it. But I'm sure people will talk about it and argue about it for time to come. I'm sure the after the fight itself will be something that will go down in history. It is what it is. A black mark on the sport in all combat sports as of right now. But I do believe it'll blow over, and we'll see some more exciting fights. The undercard was fantastic. Other than the main event going all the shits at the end, the undercard was good. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. If you enjoy fights, this things like this don't happen all the time. So continue to support combat sports and things like that, and enjoy and support fighters that are putting their all and sacrificing their bodies and their things to to do their best and to achieve their dreams. But yeah, I think that's it for me. My name is Dana Matthews. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace out.